Imagine a crowded subway train in the heart of Tokyo. It is rush hour. The air is thick with silence and the mechanical hum of the tracks. Suddenly, a 3-year-old child begins to scream. A full-blown meltdown. He kicks the floor, his face turning a deep shade of red. In London, New York, or Paris, this would be a moment of pure parental panic. You expect the mother to snap, to bribe him with a tablet, or to whisper desperate threats. But this mother does something that defies modern parenting logic. She does nothing. She doesn't look away in shame, nor does she intervene with force. She simply stands there, watching with a calm so profound, it feels like she knows a secret the rest of the world has forgotten. And here is the reality. She does. Japanese children are consistently ranked as the most self-disciplined and emotionally regulated on the planet. But it is not because they are broken into submission. It is because of a philosophy so ancient and powerful that once you understand it, you will never look at your child's tantrums the same way again. Welcome back to Zen Mindset. Today, we are decoding the invisible art of Japanese parenting. Stick with me, because by the end of this journey, you will have the 3 sacred tools that have shaped Japanese character for centuries. Now, I know what the skeptics are thinking. You might say, Japanese culture is different. It won't work for my child. But here is what is fascinating. The core principles we are about to discuss are not just cultural secrets. They are deeply rooted in developmental psychology, backed by research from Harvard and Stanford. The answer to why Japanese children regulate their emotions so well isn't strictness. It isn't fear. It isn't even discipline in the way we define it in the West. It all begins with a single beautiful word, Shitsuke. In the Japanese language, this word is written with 2 characters. One means body, and the other means beauty. Literally translated, Shitsuke is the act of attaching beauty to the body. Think about that. It isn't about punishment or control. It is about refinement. In Western parenting, we often play the role of a firefighter. We wait for the bad behavior to ignite. And then we rush in with water yelling, taking away toys, or giving timeouts. It works for 5 minutes, but the fire always comes back. Why? Because we are treating the symptom, not the cause. Japanese parents do the opposite. They prevent the fire by asking one radical question every time a child acts out. What skill is my child missing right now? They understand that children don't misbehave to be difficult. They misbehave because they lack the skill of emotional regulation or communication. When you shift your mind from, how do I stop this behavior, to what does my child not yet know how to do, the anger in your heart vanishes and true teaching begins. But how do we teach this without hovering? This brings us to our second pillar, Mimamoru. It means to watch over while protecting. In our modern world, we are trained to fix everything fast. If a child struggles with a puzzle, we jump in. If they cry, we solve it. If they fail, we rescue them. We do it out of love, but we are accidentally sending a devastating message. You are not capable of handling this on your own. Japanese parents practice the art of stepping back. They allow the child to sit in the discomfort of a challenge just long enough to try. This is what psychologists call productive struggle. Why did the mother on the train stay silent? Because she was practicing Mimamoru. She was giving her child the space to find his own center again. She wasn't being cold, she was showing the ultimate form of respect, the belief that her child has the inner strength to navigate a hard moment. Genuine confidence doesn't come from being told, good job, every 5 minutes. It comes from the bone-deep knowledge that you survived something difficult. Finally, we must talk about the foundation that holds all of this together. Amae. There is a common myth that Japanese parenting is rigid and cold. The the truth is exactly the opposite. Amae is the feeling of being able to depend entirely on someone else's love. In the early years, Japanese parents are extraordinarily close to their children. Skinship, co-sleeping, and constant physical presence are the norm. This isn't spoiling the child, this is building the nervous system. Neuroscience tells us that a child who feels securely attached develops a brain that is far more capable of self-regulation. When a child knows, in their very soul, that love is unconditional, they don't need to act out to feel seen. They don't need to test limits to feel secure. Independence isn't something you force. It is something that grows naturally from the soil of total connection. You see it every day in Japan: children cleaning their own classrooms, serving lunch to their peers, walking to school alone at age 6. It isn't an accident. It is the result of identity building. Japanese parents don't just set rules, they build character through small, daily rituals. Behavior becomes identity through repetition. So, here is your invitation from Zen Mindset. This week, pick one small ritual. Perhaps it is having your child set the table, or simply pausing for 10 seconds before you intervene in their next struggle. Watch what happens. You aren't just changing a behavior, you are attaching beauty to their soul. Japanese parents aren't calmer because they are perfect. They are calmer because they trust the process. Shitsuke, Mimamoru, Amae, prevention, trust, and connection. These are not just Japanese secrets, they are human truths, and they are yours to claim starting tonight. If this perspective shifted something within you, share this video with a parent who needs to hear it. Subscribe to join our community in Zen Mindset as we continue to explore the wisdom of the world. I will see you in the next one.